call Jacinda Ardern.
Thank you, Mr Chair. This is our opportunity in this part of the debate on the KiwiSaver Budget Measures Bill, Mr Chair, to talk about what we believe this bill should be called. And the most obvious thing from my perspective, Mr Chair, is that this bill, if it was really speaking the truth, it would be called the Widening Intergenerational Inequality Bill. Mr Chair, it feels like Groundhog Day for me to be in this House yet again debating another measure to cut the savings base for New Zealanders in this country. I still remember, Chris Bishop, my very first budget in this House, where that government made substantive changes to KiwiSaver. And I vividly remember walking outside the Nose lobby and seeing Michael Cullen sitting on the couch outside there with this absolutely devastated look on his face. All of the work that the Labor government had done to build up savings in this country, to make sure that New Zealanders had a nest egg that meant that they didn't just scrape by on a pension, but they had quality of life in their old age. And in one foul budget, that government gutted it. And I remember that budget till this day. And that government has done it 8 times since. And that's just been in my time in this House. That's not to mention what that government did under Muldoon to devastate the potential that we had in New Zealand to have a massive savings base. We talk about the gap between New Zealand and Australia. That is where that gap started. They made the sensible decision to have a decent super scheme across their entire population. And we had that opportunity under Kirk. But once again, National demonstrated its short-sighted approach when it comes to savings, and they gutted it. They absolutely gutted it. And everything we've been doing since then has been trying to regain that ground. And again, here we are, another demonstration of the fact that that government is absolutely disinterested in what they're doing for future generations. And it's not just on savings, it's on housing, where we have a generation of renters. It's on education, where student loans are mounting for the next generation, and it's even on things like climate change. Now, if that government wants to prove, if they want to prove that this bill isn't about intergenerational inequality, that it's not about them having more than what the next lot will get, I challenge just one of them to stand up and say they didn't take the $1,000 KiwiSaver Kickstarter themselves. Because that's what we're cutting today. We're cutting something that I would almost guarantee every single one of the MPs on that side of the House took up. We did. We did. We put it out there and said it's for everyone who joins. Did that side of the House do the same? I challenge just one of you to say you didn't. Because if you did, if all of you did, then you're absolutely depriving everyone else of something you benefited from. And Mr Chair, I also challenge that side of the House. I challenge that side of the House and stand up and tell us, give us a guarantee that you didn't tell your kids to sign up before you took it away as well. Because that is what we're debating today. This bill will stop anyone else from getting that $1,000 Kickstarter that we know so many would have taken. And Mr Chair, I also want to, in my short time available, point out that this bill starts from the time the budget was passed. And yet how long are we waiting for $25 to go to beneficiaries? It's not happening till next year. So we take immediately and we leave everyone else to wait until they can gain that kind of small amount of money. Mr Chair, this is a bill as well that should be renamed We Choose Sticks instead of incentives, because this bill was always about incentivising people to join KiwiSaver. But we know that side of the House never wanted people to join. And where's the evidence of that? Well, I've got a little article here from the New Zealand Herald dated 1 March 2006. When Michael Cullen introduced the idea of KiwiSaver, he said it was his aspiration that 25% of workers would join it. And things like Kickstarter were there to motivate people to do it. And what was the National Party's response to that?
What was it?
The National Party's response to that was to say that they thought he was dreaming. They said in 2006 that Michael Cullen was dreaming if people would join up at a rate of 25%. Well, how many do we have now? We have 2.5 million people in the scheme. That government never wanted Kiwis to have KiwiSaver.
The Honourable Annette King.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I have to say we started off with a very spirited debate from the member